Hey everybody, welcome to AD2L Season 5, cast by Wolf Dota. I'm joined by my buddy Hans. We're going to be casting game number 3 of this best of 3 series. My last co-caster got a little tipsy, so he's like, I'm a not cast this one and fuck it up, so shout out to Mr. Grimm if you're watching this. But how's it going, Brad?
Going well.
Last two games were pretty fun to watch. Unfortunate that you can be here with them, but they're pretty solid.
I'm excited to be able to be here for this one.
Yeah.
So it seems that both teams are pretty concerned about big team fight heroes.
Siege went ham on the Invoker last game. The Enigma, every time he landed a 3-man black hole, it was 3 kills because the Invoker followed up with the perfect combos. Every time. It was glorious. AA looks like a first pick for Gods of War. So, interesting choice there. They've been valuing a support in the first set of picks every time. And I kind of like it because it guarantees them the cores. I find it's a lot easier to mesh cores around, but when you have a plan, usually you're centered around a specific set of supports rotating and doing certain things.
Absolutely.
So
AA makes me think tri-lane. Chilling Touch is way too strong.
Yeah, no, for sure. I completely agree. But Death Prophet the pickup and Shadow Shaman, so a lot of push coming out for pay to win. More push than they've had in other games. The most they've ever had was a Jakiro. They had a Venomancer last game, but Venomancer's okay, but not. He's not burst super push like you'd normally see coming out.
This push isn't quite as early as a Jakiro, but around level 11 for the Death Prophet, the Shadow Shaman should just be getting to 6, maybe 7, and then all the towers in the world will fall down.
Yeah. Gods of War, they're going to have to pick up either some really strong split push. I can see an Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is actually pretty good against Death Prophet as well, as he can get to her and burst her.
Yeah.
Assuming he's ahead, but he's also very good against the Shadow Shaman. Like, Shadow Shaman just cries when there's an Anti-Mage around. Plus, they're both good targets for Void.
And since Anti-Mage attacks so fast, he can farm up those wards every time they're down. I mean, it's 300 gold. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Definitely, I think this would definitely be a Vlad's game if they went with him. He's gonna need that armor.
Yeah, just like get that first.
Omni Knight. I like this pickup though. It's really solid against both Death Prophet and Shaman because the Guardian Angel just fuck you.
Yeah,
that's how that works.
Cancels out all their physical damage.
Interesting thing though is I would almost like to see a hero that picks up a Crimson Guard, because it would completely neuter Shaman. Shaman's wards for sure. Level 1 wards actually don't hurt if you have a Crimson Guard on because they hit for 40 and Crimson Guard, or 45, sorry, and Crimson Guard blocks 50 damage on auto attacks. So Crimson Guard would be really good early against the Shaman.
I mean, Omni Knight, he has other things he can build, but it's not a terrible item for him to get.
No, but I just don't think that he's going to get the farm priority to get it at a decent time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm thinking like an Axe or not Slardar. Axe, Slardar, kind of. Slardar wants to blink too much, but Axe can get it pretty early if he can take advantage of the jungle after the lane. Centaur comes to mind, like those kind of really aggressive frontliners. Ricky banned out from Gods of War. Actually, in both games, Pay to Win has been running the Ricky in the safe lane, and he's been farming like a monster. So I'll be interested to see what they put there instead of him. Pugna as well, so they're banning out a little bit of push. I like it. Ember Spirit was used in the first game by Gods of War, and it got shut down really hard by a mid-axe, and that mid-axe played very, very well. He snowballed them to victory.
I hate Axe. Axe could die in a fire.
Fair enough. A little bit of
I don't think
passive aggressiveness.
An Axe as a ranged hero ever.
Yeah.
Every time an Axe is in the game, I'm always on like Omni Knight or some other melee hero.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gods of War pick Axe themselves. Because he's very tanky, can handle the Death Prophet and the Shaman wards, and can really get in there. And he'd make a decent offlaner. Plus, he can rotate into the jungle and take advantage of that if he needs to, or if they get a stack or two for him as well. Plus, if you can get like a 2 or 3 man, like a blink 2 or 3 man call into a purification, it's gonna hurt.
Ben, I was gonna mention that, and you ruined it for me.
Haha. That's funny.
I was like, I can talk about the sweet synergy of Axe and Omni Knight, but now you just had to continue talking and be smart. Gosh.
It's all good. I've been on a roll. If I talk over you a little bit more than normal, I apologize. I was kind of solo casting with a drunk person last game. He's a nice guy though. I'll be probably cast with him again.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
That Doom ban, huh?
I can see if they ran the. This is the third Jakiro for pay to win. Actually, the third Jakiro.
They won't have any tier 2s left at 25 minutes.
If they do, Gods of War probably won by then.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. If Omni Knight can get an Ags, I think that would be unreal. Having basically two glyphs would be really helpful. Plus, it being global is just really nice because it's an unfortunately small AOE sometimes. How much you can actually catch with Guardian Angel, but
yeah, absolutely.
I think Gods of War, they're gonna need to pick up someone who can either push. Like, they don't want to try and contest the push early. They need someone who can delay incoming push, so some serious wave clearing, as well as or some serious split pushing. I don't think Naga Siren's good here. She requires too much early. Like, it's too hard for her to try and get that relic under this kind of pressure and aggression, that like tower aggression that's going to be coming out. I like that pick though.
Yeah, that's great. He stands up really well against all the physical damage on the board, and that quill spray clears some waves.
Plus, he's going to be building. He'll probably build a Crimson Guard, like I mentioned earlier. He's one of those heroes that really does really well with it. And so you give Bristleback a Crimson Guard and Repel, and he's just going to run at you, and it's going to be probably pretty scary.
Run at him, strat man.
It's legitimate. It's incredibly legitimate.
It's the only way I ever gank, man.
Yeah.
TP to the tower and just run at him.
Yeah, it's a strategy. Final pick coming up from pay to win is going to have to be I assume an offlaner or a safe farmer. As far as offlaners goes, I could see Timbersaw being a good pickup. Oh, they go with a bat. Okay, Nyx Assassin. No, sorry. I still think Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage would do so well. All these heroes get fairly large mana pools, especially the Shaman. Death Prophet does to an extent, but only if she goes like for a Shiva's Guard does she really get that massive pool. But Shadow Shaman's going to get a big one just from his levels. And they're all int-based, so they will really suffer if they get that mana burned away. Nyx Assassin is the other one.
Where would you put the Nyx? Mid?
That's the only downside to him though. I think putting him mid could work.
Well, all you have to do is get mana burn early, and burn away the Death Prophet's mana. You can't spam
Crypt Swarm. The only problem with that is if they don't have somebody who can play Nyx, because Nyx is one of those heroes that he's kind of unusual. You have to have somebody that kind of plays him. I don't think.
Man.
Yeah,
Impale is the hardest skill in the game.
Did you have I'm assuming you had a bad experience one day?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God.
What are skill shots?
Oh, jeez. Anyways, just like the ganking and rotating and stuff is kind of iffy. And they're thinking hard about this pick. I think Anti-Mage is the way to go. Who else can burn magical damage and does that kind of shit? You're going to be happy about that.
I love Sven.
Yeah.
Just hit him in the face. Run at him strat.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I think Sven might work better. It's a different way to go about it than Anti-Mage's, but when he's going to probably want to max Warcry, and Death Prophet's ulti is going to be much reduced. Bristleback's going to be so tanky, he'll quill spray for days. Kunkka is the final ban for pay to win.
I'm worried about Gods of War being kited.
Yes.
Because Bristleback, I mean, yes, Sven has Stormhammer, but 4 or 3 melee heroes against an all-ranged lineup with Ice Path, Flaming Lasso, 2 CC from Shadow Shaman. I mean, they're going to have a lot of trouble getting to heroes to hit, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gods of War for their final pick actually pick up Enigma and then maybe run the AA mid, Bristleback in the solo off, and then Sven in the safe lane with Omni Knight, or they could even
Omni Knight.
Yeah, they could run a core Omni Knight and put Sven in the Enigma in the jungle. Clinks. That's just more push. They have so much push, and then Bat Rider's just going to be floating around there. Once he gets his blink, you won't. It'll be so hard to defend your pushes because he's just going to Firefly off into the trees or high ground or somewhere out of vision, and
Yeah. And
he's going to steal your kids. Got to hide your wife.
All of them have unreal pushing. Like, not pushing, but creep clearing.
Okay, yeah.
Because Clinks just puts out so much damage. Firefly, Macro Pyre, Ether Shock, Crypt Swarm. I mean, just all the AoE damage ever.
Yeah. So, quickly running through the lineups, I'll take the Radiant. We've got Rogers, Indigo, Wingspan playing the Bat Rider. Uba is playing the Clinks. Summix is playing that Jakiro. Homework is on the Shadow Shaman. And Ryu is on the Death Prophet.
And for Gods of War, we have Siege on the Sven. Meridian playing the Omni Knight. Stormtrooper's going to pick up that Bristleback. We have Connor Robb playing the Dragon Knight, and R2 on the AA. We didn't really talk about the Dragon Knight pick. I like it. It's some AoE damage, some creep clear, and a little bit of push of their own. Yeah,
the little bit of push is good. The creep clear is good as well. But he's got physical armor for days. Look at that. Doesn't even think about it. Level 1, Dragon Blood. He's going the Sing Sing build.
The Crypt Swarm spam, absolutely.
Yeah, but he's going that Sing Sing build we saw. He's going to get 1 point in Dragon Tail, max Dragon Blood, then get stats with an Orb of Venom in Rome, right? That's how that works. Yep, Man Knight.
No dragons around here.
No. But he's a hero that can contest the Death Prophet in her spam as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yep.
His is pretty weak, is pretty low in mana, and just as strong. It's just as strong. I think it even scales the same. No, his is better at level 1 and level 2.
And away we go.
Yeah, his is better up until they're both level 4. But
so dual lanes for the Radiant side.
Yeah, maybe the AA was just down there to support the Bristleback for the rune, and maybe give him a ward or something like that.
No, I'm talking about Radiant here.
Radiant.
Shadow Shaman with the Bat Rider.
Yeah, they've ran dual lanes both games previously. Yeah, so they're not too much into that, and I think this is okay. You want the Bat Rider to get the solo XP, but at the same time, you also really want the experience on the Shadow Shaman, and Shadow Shaman in a tri lane is going to get no XP.
And the thing is, they're going to be able to harass them out really easily with sticky napalm and then another ranged hero to harass. They're going to have a lot of trouble being up in lane. They did get a nice ward off here, so the pull camp is going to be blocked. They'll have to deward that. They're not going to have any wards for the moment. Shackle plus Firefly is pretty scary. Yeah, it is. Sven's fairly tanky, and he's got the Omni Knight to back him up. So Omni Knights, once he's level 2, I don't think they'll be able to really, unless they get out of position or dive too hard, I don't think they'll really be able to go, because the Omni Knight can just purify then repel or something along one of those. Absolutely, yeah. And it's just not going to matter. So I think this Shadow. Go ahead. This Shadow Shaman is going to have to be really careful, because if the Sven can get in range for a Stormhammer, I think he dies. Yeah. And I'd like to see Omni, honestly, at level 3 go 1-1-1 and get that Degen Aura, just so they can chase him, because Shaman is slow. Yeah, I love Degen Aura. It's a fantastic spell. Yeah, usually don't see it valued quite as highly as I'd like, but I mean, it's hard to argue with the 8-second repel at level 3. And I mean, the other thing is, I mean, yes, the repel's awesome, but you pick up an Oov, and you've got a 24% slow all the time. Yeah, just in case. Unbelievable. Just in case anyone's wondering who's watching, Oov, Orb of Venom. Zyori once said it, and me and Brad picked it up almost instantaneously. See, that's what I was worried about right there. Yeah. I got there just in time. I saw him dropping really low. Bat Rider's going to do a lot of damage to Siege. Siege is actually probably in a little bit of trouble here. There's 5 stacks on him. He's dropping very low. Purify comes out, though, and that's going to be enough to repel the Bat Rider, who himself is dropping quite low. So good exchange coming from them. They burn a lot of health onto the Bat Riders. He's got to use all his big regen. Shakiro's pretty low with 2 stacks of Quill Spray on him. I think he's going to have to be pretty careful here. Bristleback is low himself, but that Liquid Fire Harass is really good. And then the Searing Arrows still hurts, even through the Bristleback. Oh, Ice Path just misses. Yeah, just short. So this mid lineup, Dragon Knight is kind of struggling. Yeah, and I'm not surprised.
just because Death Prophet, well, they can trade with the their nukes. Death Prophet's going to get those right clicks in and whatnot. But
Breathe Fire is not Crypt Swarm.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, in CS, the Dragon Knight is ahead. It's just the Dragon Knight is
going to fall behind. Yeah, he's got actually got 2 points up in Dragon Blood, not maxing Breathe Fire, which I think is. I don't know if that 1 extra health regen is worth it over the. I mean, it's 3 more armor, so he's got 6 armor now. But
he just picked up a Soul Ring, and that pushes his regen up to 7.2, which is pretty
solid. Yeah. And he'll have the mana regen to really spam that Breathe Fire now, but it's just, I wonder if that point would have been better spent getting another 80 damage on his nuke, because like that hardly did anything to Death Prophet. She just didn't care.
Yeah, she'll just face tank that
all day. Batrider's got his tranks up now, so he's gonna be. It's gonna be hard for them to push him back out of lane. Stormtrooper doing all right in the bottom lane. Doesn't have his boots yet, but he's gotten some CS and he's getting levels, which is all that Bristleback really wants.
This Dragon Knight is going to struggle with a double
top lane, though. They managed to catch out the Shadow Shaman again. One more click. There it is. Sven picks him up. That's another kill going for him. 2 in favor of Siege. So he's off to a good start as well. Sorry to talk over you there.
No problem. I was just saying that the Death Prophet was going to go pick up a double damage, and the Dragon Knight was probably at 200 health. I thought she might try something sneaky, go for a Quip Storm into a couple auto attacks, but nothing came of it.
Decided not to go for it. Top, they're just so close all the time. Top, they're always right on top of each other. It's making it hard to go and take a look at other lanes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have so many tangos. Shaman has 6 tangos and Batrider has 7. Jeez. Sven's got his treads now though, so he's gonna be hitting a little quicker. He's got a lot more health to deal with too.
So Bristleback is going on an adventure right now.
I think he was. I thought he was gonna maybe try and stack these. Oh, he picks up his Ring of Health. That's actually really nice.
Yeah, no, that'll really help him. He was getting pretty low, and he was getting low on regen.
Tangos. He's only used his last one just now, yeah. Omni Knight, how are you doing? What do you have out there? Wards coming up for Mirrodin.
Something to note here: Sven, 10 last hits. Clinks, 26.
Yeah.
So this dual lane is
working.
Really messing with Sven.
Oh, for sure. They've been. I mean, he does have 2 kills, so I think net worth they're basically tied. He's down by 40 gold. Okay, so he got that last hit, so they're tied. But as far as farm goes, I'd say it's pretty even though. Sure, on the charts it looks very heavily in favor of the Clinks, and the Clinks is doing very well for himself. Like, not trying to take anything away from that, but the Sven's, I think he's probably happy with where he's at. Farming heroes, farming creeps. I mean,
something to note in this tri lane, all of them have a magic stick, and most of them have more than 5 charges, which will make a giant difference in these early game engagements.
Yeah, if somebody tries to rotate on the side of pay to win, they're gonna find that these heroes are a lot harder to bring down than they want. Omni Knight's got Purification. He does have that point up in Dejanara. What a player!
Yep. Yeah.
What a player. But it's just the big story for me is this Batrider though. In the off lane, he's got 28 last hits here. He's farming almost as good as his safe lane. He's halfway to a Blink Dagger. He's already got his Tranquils if he wants them.
Yeah.
Death Prophet is winning in mid, level 7. Pops the Crypt Swarm. You're going to look to wrap around on the Bristleback. Bristleback's taking a lot of damage. Ice Path comes out, connects, and I think this is going to be the end of him. One more auto attack, and Clinks picks him up.
And if they can clear this wave out, they can put a little bit of damage into the tower.
And Jakiro's got Liquid Fire. Yeah, this Catapult's going to drop pretty quick to the Ghost. They'll be able to get quite a bit on this.
About half of the duration left.
Yeah, about a third now. This tower's toast. Glyph's going to come out for some...
Ice Path on that TP? No,
Sven's coming out as well, and Omni Knight. Unfortunately, that's going to be enough to save the tower, but that's 3 heroes rotating down.
Like Ether Shock and Flame, I wouldn't be surprised if they put a little bit of a push on here.
Yeah, and if the AA can stay alive without getting like harassed so far back that he has to go back down to the base, I think that's all right. Getting him his level 6 is good. You really want that Ice Blast, but it's a little risky. Plus, now they have to commit. They have to get something out of this, whether it's a kill or the tower. They need to get something for rotating the Sven, because they can't have him and the Bristleback sitting together too long, especially when the Bristleback's still trying to get his brown boots. But he is level
The
6.
range creep. Dragon Knight, you had a perfectly easy deny right in front of you, man.
Bristleback's going to actually rotate around and look to dive. That said, he gets the Ice Path under the tower. The Omni Knight heal comes through, though. Ooh. Or, sorry.
Purify.
No, I was meaning Uba. I was trying to say Uba. Almost getting
Oh.
taken down. They didn't have any vision for him, but the Purify damage was so strong. And not to mention the Stormhammer connected on both of them as well.
Yeah.
So they get the Jakiro, and I think that's alright. So kill going out for the Bristleback. He's got his boots now. But they got to get this tower. Jakiro's coming back in.
That's peculiar. They must have just put this ward down. There's a sentry sitting on top of a Radiant
Up here, yeah.
observer ward.
Yeah, somebody's not rotated through. They bring the Shadow Shaman down here as well. And I think that's probably for the best. Clinks is level 6 now. He's 37 less. It's 9 minutes. And it's just an AA sitting up here across from a Batrider, who I like this from the AA though. As soon as he gets one stack, he starts running away. He's not taking any chances. He's just wants XP.
Yeah.
Trying to snipe the last hit or two.
That's a good choice. This last hit denies chart is a little scary for the Dire. To have all 3 top in CS be on the Radiant is troublesome. I mean, Sven does have kills and assists, but
it's still tough. And I mean, Batrider, he's 200 away from this blink, and I think once they get that, we're just gonna they're probably gonna leave him alone somewhere, let him get his level 6, and then the Clinks is gonna pressure one lane, and the other 4 are gonna be in a different lane, and it's just gonna be tough. Death Prophet actually rotates through, and this is gonna probably be another kill on the Bristleback. He does get away, dropping very low. A couple more ticks, there it is.
And the tower's gone as well. They have a fort for
Yeah.
it, but it's
No, they
not
don't.
gonna last.
They used it last time already. It's
Sorry,
not back up yet.
Batrider.
That's all good. And easy tower. Death Prophet manages to pick it up. And with that, Batrider gets his blink. This is starting to get a little scary. DD Rune is bottom. See who picks that up. Dragon Knight ulti was used. He's probably going to look to try and pressure this, but Death Prophet's back. Exorcism is on cooldown now, though.
They're pushing top in a little bit of retaliation, but they don't have much to do for it. This Dragon Knight, he's used his ulti, but he's not hitting the tower.
Yeah, I think one of the big problems for Gods of War right now is their supports don't have 6 yet.
Yep.
They really need that Guardian Angel and the Ice Blast in order to take a fight. That said, AA,
mid.
80 creeps away. Gonna look to go DD on Clinks. Nope, not able. They don't have any lockdown, and that's one thing I find both teams are lacking. I mean, Shaman. Yes, they have Shaman, but he's so squishy that he could just get blown up by accident by like a Stormhammer and a couple Quill sprays, and or like if he gets nicked by a Purification, that's half his health.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, they have him, but if he gets touched at all, he's gonna just explode. So really, that leaves Stormhammer and Ice Path as the only reliable, and then Dragon Tail is pretty hard to get on anyone unless you're in Dragon form, so it's only up a portion of the time.
The Ice Blast. Oh, that is a dead Batrider.
Yeah, he drops one more right click from the AA. Sven's turned very angry. He's got enough. Pops his war cry. Gonna look to go. Shadow Shaman drops the wards.
Oh,
Unfortunately, didn't get the trap off.
Yeah.
But 2 kills going the way.
It was a good attempt. If he had got it, that would have been a 10 cent.
I think so. It would have taken him a second to chew through a ward, and in that they would have got 2, maybe 3. They probably would have got 1 off while he was in there, 1 off as he was leaving, and then 1, maybe 2 off as he walked away. That would have been.
And there would have been 3 more tower hits as well. Is the thing.
Yeah, so he would have been dead, unless he was like super next level and ran that way.
Nah, man, who does that?
Sven picks up a Mask of Madness. That's brave. I mean, I know it's kind of common items, but that's a lot of AoE's just like damage. Like you get nicked by an Ether Shock, a Liquid Fire, get touched by the Macropyre, Death Prophet, anything from her, and then Clink clicks on you twice.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
I just zoomed out without really thinking about it. You can zoom out in this game.
Yes.
Oh, 4 bottom. They're looking to push tier 2, I guess.
They might have been just trying to get a rotation off with the Batrider, but the Gods of War, they backed up too quick. They didn't have they had a ward here too, which is probably what alerted them when they showed up here.
Yeah.
Just took off. That's an arrow. There it is. But they're now waiting in the wings. Bristleback's out. I imagine he's kind of baiting. and gets hit by liquid fire, run at him. That's how that works. Snot's coming out from Bristleback. He's moving very fast. Stormhammer comes out. That's a dead shaman. Yeah. Ooh, Sven.
And they'll push this.
A blast is gonna fly through. A little bit late. Gets the last hit.
Just short on him.
But I think they're gonna. They got Guardian Angel as well, so they can probably make a play on this. Clinks is in the area, and he does hit hard. He's working his Orchid. He's got one of the Oblivion staffs.
Yeah.
That thing.
Those things.
They're chasing Death Prophet though. Sven doesn't have mana for another stun. Oh, the Death Prophet. Oh, Purification. Omni Knight. Nice, good play. He actually clicked Guardian Angel, but then pop it. Oh, Crypt Swarm.
56 health.
That's a little scary. Bristleback wanders through. No one wants to deal with that shit. You know, if Death Prophet had been Elite Master Micro, they could have killed Sven.
Oh, Death Prophet. I'm so sad.
But we got an Ice Blast coming bottom. Connects on the Shaman, but no follow-up. Probably hoping that the Death Prophet was low or something, or maybe just trying to harass back.
Yeah.
Now, a mechanic I don't know is, I'm assuming it works like this, but Death Prophet cannot be healed by her ghosts while under the effect of Ice Blast. I'm assuming that's how it works.
I think that you're right.
But I've never seen it. I've never noticed it in a game. Up top, though, Batrider looking for a solo kill. He's got 2 stacks, AA, but he's got help keeping it. He slowly turns around, throws out the Ice Path. He's got an ulti to go for it. He's going to throw it out. Nicely done.
Wonderful Ice Blast.
Not going to be enough, though, but that Batrider's got to head out now.
He's pretty low. I mean, he has Tranquils, so it really only cost him 15 seconds, but...
Yeah. Bristleback does pick up that Crimson Guard. Or, sorry, not the Crimson Guard. Sorry, the Vanguard. Working towards the Crimson Guard. And I'm interested when we're going to see this Dragon Knight do things.
I was just about to say, he has been kind of useless so far.
And I mean, he's been farming away. He's second on his team. How is his net worth? He's a ways down in net worth, but that's just because he's died once and gotten 1 assist, and they haven't taken a tower yet. Yeah. And that was another thing we didn't really mention is Gods of War, they do have that 1 tower advantage, which it was not denied, so that's 2,000 gold for their team, which is a portion lead. Oh, Batrider blinks in, gets stunned up instantly. Unfortunately, the Dragon Knight ulti just wore off. He's got to get in range, can't get in there. He's going to get Macro Pyre. Oh, gets dragged back into the Firefly, as well as the Crypt Swarm. There it is, finishes him off.
Tower right there.
Oh,
and
Clinks.
Double kill for
Ryu. The Clinks was there for the help, and the Shaman Wards are going to go down. They're going to look to chase back Omni Knight. Not going to get him. But
yeah, goodbye tower.
Yeah, and I think...
And Clinks gets the last hit out from under all of that damage. That's impressive.
I mean, he hits towers pretty hard. 70 plus 70, 24, 60?
Wards, quips, exorcism, that's a lot of damage.
Quipped Swarm?
Yeah, quipped Swarm.
You from Brooklyn?
I'm Mike Tyson. You didn't
Okay.
know that?
Oh, no, I didn't. Bristleback, you're looking to finish up his treads. Sven, I think needs... he needs a BKB, like, really bad.
Yeah,
but he also
needs... not doing it for him.
Well, Repel's not doing it for him, but... Actually, no, he doesn't need a BKB. He's being killed by the Clinks, the Death Prophet, and then the Batrider lasso, which goes through. He needs, like, an Assault Cuirass or something, like, now, which... He's only got... I don't know if I agree with this. He's got 2 points in Cleave. I think if he had those 2 points in Warcry, he'd be a lot better off. That extra 8 armor.
I don't go into too much Cleave early when I play Sven. I leave it pretty much...
Oh, Ice Path connects on 2.
For a long time.
Macropyre comes down. Just going to zone them out.
Yeah. There's a lot of fire on this team.
Yeah. The Batrider, Clinks, Jakiro...
Flame strat.
Flame strat. They just... Unfortunately, they couldn't get the Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Or the Husk... And they didn't get Huskar. They had Huskar last game.
I hate Huskar.
Yeah.
He's a terrible hero.
Valve, please kill.
Yeah. I don't even want him nerfed. I just want him gone.
Batrider's gonna find a lasso on the Dragon Knight, and they're gonna look. They got the Shadow Shaman Ice Path for follow-up, Shackles, and Rip.
I mean, if Shadow Shaman can be near the Batrider, where the Batrider finishes off with his pull, I mean, it basically just extends the lengths of Flaming Lasso.
Yeah, Ice Blast's gonna come through, gonna connect on 3, but
Ice Blast.
They've been pretty solid so far.
Yeah, and that one was pretty short range too, which makes it much tougher.
Sven's gonna run at the wards though. That's a
cleave damage for him.
Yeah, and with the Mask of Madness on, that hurts. Siege.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, you don't want to tank this either. Jeez.
You want that wonderful, wonderful gold.
Yeah, they clean up the wards, so I guess it's worth it in the end. They're gonna have to use some regen, but nonetheless.
That gives AA a buckler, so he's well on his way towards a mech.
Which they really need these fighting items, like Bristleback. Yeah. Somebody should have been stacking ancients for him. He just hasn't been able to get any of this farm. If there'd been an ancient stack waiting for him, you know, like even if it was just like a triple stack or something like that, that would help him so much towards finishing off this Crimson Guard. He's 1,600 gold away from it. Really needs to finish it off.
So just clicked on the Death Prophet, and she has a 9-charge Bloodstone and a Vitality booster at 19 minutes. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I hadn't clicked on her in a while, and she's doing incredibly well. Quick look at the net worth chart. She's 8.2. The next is Clinks at 6.3, and then Sven following it up. He's doing all right. He's got 2,100 gold, probably going for that blink. So I mean, compared to the Clinks, he's doing okay. But Death Prophet's just been getting so many of these kills and the towers and stuff like that. Sven's gonna have to run away. Batrider's got a blink. Lasso, not gonna go for it. Sorry about that.
Another big thing is she just hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
And she's going to have a very small downtime the next time she does die, if she even ends up dying. I mean, 9-charge Bloodstone, she'll be back almost instantly.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have the Death Prophet loop in like this, and Batrider's going to look for a pick. We're going to have the Pincer strat coming out. The ulti's popped, but decides it doesn't want to go in. Batrider blinks in, hesitates for a second, gets stunned.
Oh, no.
3-man Ice Path, though, follow it up. Ice Path's going to come through, going to connect to the Shaman. And they're going to lose their Sven in the end. Batrider's dropping very low. Guardian Angel comes out. Dragon Knight doesn't have any mana to finish off the Batrider. Batrider blinks away. Omni Knight dropping low. Guardian Angel keeping them alive. Crypt Swarm. Oh, and he gets finished off. That's probably going to be the death of the... Yeah, that's... Bristleback drops.
Gone too.
Yeah, a couple more clicks. Shaman's like, I really want this last hit, but it hurts. It hurts so bad. So he gets away. But in the end, that's a 4-for-0 exchange. Nice plays coming out there. Even though the Batrider didn't get off his lasso instantly, he survived by an excellent Ice Path from Jakiro. If that Ice Path doesn't hit those 3 heroes, Batrider dies instantly. Yeah. It's a 3-man Ice Path into a lasso on one and a shackle on the other.
I mean, he must have misclicked or was having some sort of issues, because he stood there for a good second.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he just didn't have it shift queued, or the heroes weren't where he thought it was, or something like that, or maybe he didn't blink to where he was. Orchid's out on the Clinks. Batrider's going to look to go. Firefly is up as well. Throws out a Flame Break. Nicely done, and I think this is going to be dead. Oh, he's very fast. Might actually live. Yep.
Oh, the mom saves his life.
Oh, but the Clinks goes too deep.
Yeah. See, that's bad, because he picked up that Orchid in that last team fight. And their first attempt at using it costs him his life. So that's not fantastic.
No.
But this tower is down.
They're should be able to get the deny on it.
Yeah.
Bristleback's gonna take it there. And I mean, Gods of War, they're not out of this by any stretch, but they are behind. And they need this mechanism, and they need the Crimson Guard to really fight these. They need to keep this Sven alive. He needs to be tankier. He does have his blink, so they can go for those pickoffs maybe. And blinking onto a Shadow Shaman, hell, even if you can blink onto the Batrider, he's not that tanky. If you have a bit of follow-up, Sven's going to blink forward, gets a nice stun off onto the Jakiro, looks to follow him, but Ice Path comes out, it's going to connect on 2. Jakiro's going to be dead, though. He's repelled. He's going ham. Clinks, though, looking to kill the Omni Knight. They're going to get the Shadow Shaman. That's a dead one. Ice Blast's going to come out. Going to catch on. Oh, just misses. That said, it does land on the Batrider. He's going to be taking a lot of damage here. Dragging back the Sven. One more click. There he goes. Double kill for him. Unfortunately, they lose their Dragon Knight, and Sven's sitting underneath the tower. He gets the kill, but he's going to drop to the tower. Yes, he does in the end. I'm watching mid. Are they going to get the AA? It's a 1v1. And they're both going to just kind of walk away. 4-for-4 exchange. That is a bloody fight. And honestly, I think a trade like that probably favors Gods of War. I mean, when you're behind trading, because Death Prophet's not going to be able to get this tower. She's going to do some damage. This Ice Blast's going to probably get her to back. Buyback from Sven. He's going to TP forward. This is a very ballsy play. Blink forward. He's faster. Mask of Madness throws out the Stormhammer. Nicely done. Looking to follow it up. He needs that follow-up damage, though. He's just too fast for his teammates. They didn't have didn't get there in time. So a buyback spent by the Sven, and it's a little unfortunate, but
oh, sweet gold for Clinks up top.
He's just going to be farming away.
He needs a successful rotation soon, though.
He needs to find AA.
Yeah, he'd kill AA in like 4 auto attacks.
I think he'd get Omni. It'd be pretty close with Omni. Omni's got 7 armor, and about 1,000 health. That said, Omni Knight and Jakiro, they're getting pretty close. Jakiro's going to be very slow. A bit of goo, and the Shaman Shackles cancels it. Probably a good call, actually. You don't want to deal with all that. Death Prophet was looping around, though. Her ulti is still down for 50 seconds, and she has a Heart of Tarask and a Bloodstone at 24 minutes.
They're never going to kill her, ever.
Yeah,
There's no way.
She's not going to be dead until Sven has, like, Daedalus.
And they get...
an Ice Blast.
And they get a Ice Blast, a Stormhammer, and a Dragon Tail on her. And she won't go down otherwise.
She's just... The only thing is she doesn't have that much armor. She's sitting at 6 armor. So the physical damage coming out from Bristleback and Sven and whatnot will hurt. But she's just got such a large health pool. If she gets a Shiva's Guard, she's basically God.
The thing is, she is fast too, right? So I think they don't have enough lockdown to have time to kill her yet. Because she'll just walk away. Yeah.
Blink forward on the Sven. His ulti is popped. They're going to clear up this wave. Batrider's sitting there in the defenses, though. His Firefly is wearing out. Only about a quarter time left. And doesn't look like they're going to be able to defend. Bristleback's just bullying around the Shadow Shaman. They use the lasso on him, and they throw it a Stormhammer. Finish off the Shadow Shaman. Cryptstorm comes out. Death Prophet's there. They use the mechanism, though. So that's going to keep them all alive for a little bit. Ice Path just short of the Sven. Cryptstorms comes through. Guardian Angel is popped. They're going to want to go, but you do not want to go in that Death Prophet. The Jakiro is a much better target. They might be able to get him. Cryptstorm coming through again, doing a lot of damage. And now that Guardian Angel is worn off, they're going to lose their AA. Sven comes through with a Stormhammer. Does manage to get another kill. Dragon Tail nicely done on the Batrider. Bristle, he might be able to get away. I'm going to watch top, though. Dragon Knight's going to run away. They're also low. Omni Knight does drop off to the side. Bristleback is going to go down. One more click. There it is. They end up losing 3. They got the Shaman there, but he died and respawned. Cryptstorm, he was repelled.
Yeah.
He had the repels on him, so he was okay.
Unfortunately, Pay to Win didn't lose anything in that engagement. I mean, the Jakiro died, but
and the Shaman,
that Jakiro was tanky enough to distract almost their entire team for what, 6 seconds? A big portion of that fight where the Death Prophet's ulti was coming through right after Guardian Angel ended, and did a lot of work on them. The good news is, Gods of War, Sven and Dragon Knight lived. Dragon Knight has a Maelstrom, so he's got some attack damage and a bit more nuke coming out. He'll be able to push out the waves a fair bit quicker at least. Hopefully keep them away from his tower, but I'm worried if Gods of War lose a decent fight on their side of the map and wards aren't used, they're going to lose a tier 2. And if it's in one of the other lanes, they might lose Rax. Ooh. The Death Prophet with an Invis rune. She's sitting up top. Sven blinks forward. But Death Prophet doesn't want to engage into that. Not yet, Something
anyway.
that I'm concerned about is the fact that I see Dragon Knight in his ulti form all the time, never hitting a tower.
Yes. He kind of pops it just to wander around, which is a little unfortunate. I think it's a bit of a waste of the ulti.
Well, it doesn't really do much for you unless you're hitting a structure.
Yeah, that's all it's for.
You know? And so the fact that he was running around in the jungle with his ulti popped right there seems like a massive waste when he could have been using it to hit bottom tower. Because both those tier 1 towers would fall without too much pressure. I mean, they have to be careful because TP support, but they take those two towers. That's a massive gold influx for them.
Yeah, if they can get them, that'll balance it a fair bit. The gold graph right now is way worse than I thought it was going to be. It's 10,000 in favor of pay to win. And I guess I'm not surprised. I keep looking at the Sven. He's up near the top, but then it's just pay to win.
Yeah.
He's the only one worth anything.
And I mean, it's just the Death Prophet so far ahead. I mean,
Clinks is 300 behind the Sven, so but yeah.
She has boots of travel now.
Oh, jeez. They don't have the lockdown for her.
No.
And I don't think they can slow her enough. Like, Omni Knight needs that max degen, and they need to have like 3 stacks of goo.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if they put out Dragon Tail and Stormhammer in a fight, if she's scared, she can just TP out.
Yeah. I hope as long as there's no cold feet proc, which I mean is pretty, and especially in these fights when she's moving around so fast.
Yeah. No, I think that they're gonna have a lot of trouble with this Death Prophet. I mean, Death Prophet is 8, 0, and 9 at the 28-minute mark.
She's got a regen rune bottled as well, as if she didn't heal up quick enough.
Oh,
God. No Yules though on her, which is kind of interesting.
She doesn't need it.
No, she doesn't, and she got so far ahead so early that she went straight into the Bloodstone, which gave her so much tank and sustain that she didn't need to worry about it. And now that she has a heart, she doesn't care.
Yeah, now she's just gonna get utility items. I'm wondering what she's gonna get next. I think Shivas would be fantastic.
I think if she gets Shivas and then whatever the hell she wants, literally,
Yeah.
like if she wants to go like Shivas and then a Divine, I think it's fine.
Yeah, man. She could get a Deathslayer. That would mess with people. But
you know,
not really up against the Warcry.
Well, that's just it though. They're winning these fights up against Warcry. If they have some like an Assault Cuirass to negate some of the Warcry or Deso, if she went AC right now, I think that would be just as good as going, if not better than going
Shivas.
for the Shivas. She's got a Sage's Mask though. What?
Okay. Casual Sage's Mask gives her like a billion regen.
On top of the Bloodstone with 18 charges that she...
I guess if you're going to get a Casual Sage's Mask, you might as well get a Casual Voidstone though.
Yeah. Not really sure what she's doing with that.
Okay, so she can get a Yule's, she can build into a Refresher.
She's probably going back for a Yule's.
Yeah.
You know what? Medallion.
Be okay, but single target, plus it takes up an item slot on a really fed hero.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's a 1,000 gold item, you know.
Yeah.
That's something that, you know, a
Shaman wants to get.
Shadow Shaman gets, or a Jakiro.
Shaman's actually getting semi close to his Yule's.
Yule's Scepter, I guess, yeah.
Jakiro's going for that or a 4 staff as well.
Dude, Yule's strat. Have their entire team in the air, win game.
Yeah, with exorcism floating around. And I think Death Prophet's going for... She's going Oblivion Staff.
So Refresher.
Yeah, the Refresher ulti. I guess it's okay. It means they can take a fight. Oh, she's going to look to solo onto this fan. He's just going to blink away, though. And... Oh, Batrider.
Dragon Knight, careful, man.
Yeah, Bristleback's there now. They drop the wards. They pop their... Glyph. Batrider's just kind of sitting off to the side. Yeah, Ice Blast's gonna come through. It's gonna be an okay one.
They'll just tank it and not be afraid.
They decide to go. Sven blinks in. He gets shackled, lassoed, and the whole 9 yards. Guardian Angel coming through, healing him up. They might actually be able to get the Batrider. He might shatter. No, he doesn't. Doesn't quite drop low enough. They lose their Jakiro. They're managing to turn this. They kill the Shadow Shaman. So far, they've managed to get the 2 supports. Blink Dagger's up as well. Stormhammer's gonna come through, and her ulti is down. She's already been healed up.
She should TP out right now.
I don't think she has to. She's so fast she can just run away.
You're right.
She's just going to run Batrider's harassing A in the background. She's just too fast. Another Stormhammer's going to fly through. Sven doesn't have mana for another one. She's starting to take some damage. The Goo Stacks are stacking up.
TP out right now.
She'll suicide it before she lets them kill her. There it is.
So yeah, she should have TP'd out earlier than that. I guess there probably was a Dragon Tail, but I think the Dragon Knight was far enough away she would have made it.
Yeah, she probably could have just TP'd out. Like after a Stormhammer, cast a TP, and then worst case scenario you get Dragon Tailed and you suicide then. That said, she's already respawned and BT'd to the bottom lane, and they took that Rax in the meantime with the Clinks. The whole time we were looking top.
They lost her nothing.
No, they lost the Rax. Gods of War have already lost Rax. Clinks took it that whole time.
The dead Shadow Shaman. Oh, the Hex. No, not enough. So that's a good play for Sven. He gets the Shadow Shaman kill, and
oh, Death Prophet blink from
and
Sven.
the tower is going to fall to this catapult.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
denied by
sorry,
Prophet.
denied.
So we were talking about Desolator earlier. Clink's picked one up, and so even though we were saying it's a pretty quiet game from him, he just quietly split pushed and took bottom. That's all the way gone now.
Well, Clinks is gonna melt towers.
Oh, with the Desolator now?
He's a melt machine now.
Hey, Sven has an AC, so that's something.
He's putting out a lot of team armor. 20 team armor? That's unreal. Oh, I guess it's 21, isn't it?
Yeah. Dirty scrub.
What, me?
Yes. Dragon Knight's getting towards that Mjolnir. Clinks is going to find him, though, and this is going to be a very hurt Dragon Knight. He's going to be alright. This is why you see Eternal Envy get a Blink Dagger. So when one hero starts gets about this far away, you just blink up to him and get 4 more attacks off, 5 more attacks off.
I was super confused for a second there. There's a Lionize me standing in the Dire team base, and I was like, "There's no lion. What's going on?"
Oh, yeah, that's the new things. Which, you know what? As a caster, I'm super excited about because it'll give me one more thing to fill long pauses. They're gonna be able.
So
Go ahead.
Connor Robb, total scrub, no commends. Doesn't matter that he put it out here today. Still hasn't got a commend today.
What?
If you click on the line, it tells you how many commends he's got.
Oh, jeez.
So you think it was bad people asking for commends before? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's funny. Bristleback opted not to finish the Vanguard, went for the Blade Mail. I mean, I guess, but at this point it just doesn't do anything. What's Death Prophet? She's got an Oblivion Staff coming out, and there it is on her. And that Value Iron Branch still in her inventory. Oh, now she has a Void Stone.
She's going to have all of the mana regen in the world.
Yes. Yes, and the health regen. She has all of the everything.
Yeah. But if she steps out of a fight for 10 seconds, she'll be full health, full mana. Which is horrifying.
Yeah. Clinks, I can hear him going on somebody. Gets actually stunned up and some goose stacks on him. That's an angry Sven. That's right, he's going to get lassoed. And Clinks' Aegis does drop to the Bristleback. They get the Shadow Shaman as well. Guardian Angel comes out. Unfortunately, it's not going to do a whole lot. They've got a Dust for the Clinks. They're going to be able to pick him up. Death Prophet comes through, throws out a Silence, but she's just going to back off. Doesn't want to go in, and that's a dead. One more Quill Spray. There. Oh! Dragon Knight with a proc gets the kill. So they get the Clinks. They kill the Clinks twice, and they get the Shaman. Sven is... Oh, diving. Very hard. Actually gets healed. Nope.
Oh, that's a lot of gold for Batrider.
Yeah, it is. Batrider who has...
Lincolns, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, man. These item pickups are just... I'm just going to hold both the items for a second here, see if there's anything else I missed.
Yeah, that seems like an idea.
It doesn't look like it yet. But... Forcing the Dragon Knight back, but he's got Repel on him, so they're not going to go. I think that's fair.
Oh, that's interesting. Voidstone does not build into Lincoln's. Or refresh. Oh, yeah, it does. Never mind. I'm dumb. I was thinking Bloodstone. I shouldn't be a caster.
It's all good, buddy.
Oh, Lord.
You're a lot better than the guy who was casting with
10:30.
before, I
Let's be
promise.
serious here.
I promise. You're, like, infinitely better. You're actually probably the best person I cast with.
Which is sad. You need to find better co-casters.
I have you! And then hundreds of randoms who ask me.
It's because you have the mad YouTube money now.
Oh, all 4 cents from October. I made 4 cents in October, everybody. Also, you can follow me on YouTube. I am at WolfDota on YouTube. You can watch any VODs you want there if you missed the first 2 games and want to catch them. They'll be up later tonight or tomorrow. As well as you can follow me on Twitter, at WolfDota. Everything at WolfDota. And if you enjoyed the stream, you can follow me on Twitch. Again, at WolfDota.
You should just type WolfDota into the Google search bar, and then first 3 links, click on all those.
Yeah. 4, actually, because Steam comes up.
Yeah, all of them. Follow them on Steam, too.
Yeah, add me on Steam. I have 50-some friends, and I have room for, like, 200 more. 280 more.
Let's do it.
Oh, Bristol...
And pause.
Dragon Knight, DC. He's actually got a really ballin' set. Unfortunately, it's not letting me look at it, but if you like go in the first person kind of thing, like the cinematic view.
Dude, that was blue boxes.
Yeah, it was.
Sickest blue boxes ever.
But the set like looks really cool.
Yeah, it really does.
Any other cool
It
sets?
always disappoints me that Dragon Knight doesn't hold his shield upside down like he does in the portrait, because it always looks way cooler. But he holds his shield like, you know, a shield. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Sven also has a neat set. I've seen this one a few times. I really like that helmet. That said, he's like salsa dancing right now. Look at this.
His head looks like it's on backwards almost.
Yeah, that's really weird. Bristleback, do you have any items? You have a thing. I don't care. Hey, you're a scrub. You don't have items at all. Okay, Brad.
Yeah.
Omni Knight. How do you feel about him?
I'm clicking. That's a derpy hammer, but Thunder Wrath is good. I like Thunder Wrath.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Shadow Shaman doesn't have the goat stepzer, so you know, total scrub.
Total. You know, it's all about the swag.
And I don't know. I can't tell if Clinks has items or not because it's Clinks.
Yeah, I gotta click on him to pull it up here. No, he's got nothing.
Chihiro, no items, total scrub.
Looks like we have a power outage though. Hey, Telios 12, thank you for the compliment. Me and Brad both very much appreciate it. Just wondering, Brad, he said, good casters, good games.
Boo, yeah, you're the best kind of guy. Name who I've forgotten.
Telios 12.
You're my new best friend, Telios. My new best friend.
So while we're paused, I don't mind chatting with Twitch, giving the fans what they want. It's just some contact with the people on Twitch. That's all Twitch chat ever wants.
Just, I mean, it's really nice of you to like go down and hang out with the peons.
Oh, all 11 of them. Double digits, buddy. Double fucking digits. Batrider's actually got some cool items.
Yeah. Does he have the goatee face? Yeah, he totally does.
Yeah. And he's got the Dread Forge wing.
Best bat there is.
I have the bat.
I'm wondering what he's gonna get with his 2,000 gold.
Probably refresher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any idea how far you can pull someone with a refresher lasso force staff?
Oh god.
It's like 1,000,000 units.
Basically pull them into the well.
From the other well.
Yeah, man.
Let's go take a look at this statue thing that he's got of Lion.
There's one of Abaddon as well.
Is there? Okay, I'll have to go find it in a moment. These are pretty cool. I like these.
It's weird. I mean, I'm sure I'll get used to them, but they're weird looking.
Yeah, I like them though. I'm glad that they add a little bit of custom flair to the map, which is always
if you have
fun.
like a really cool set for somebody, you can show off all the dang time.
Are there any on the Radiant? Doesn't look
No.
like it.
No, there's not. I mean, they came out today, so
Yeah, I got mine set up for Rubik.
of course you do.
Yeah. Rubik, best hero in the game. So, you know, just saying.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there.
I played a Rubik game the other day, and I got killed constantly. So bad. No, I ganked really well in the early game because I was mid Rubik, old meta.
Oh, jeez.
But I ganked well twice, and then they just focused me from then on because, you know, Rubik, really easy hero to kill if you care to.
Yeah. One thing to note though, jumping back to our game, AA, he's only he's less than 700 away from his Ags, which is a really big deal.
And he's been hitting baller ice blasts.
He's been on point with them, so that's a little bit of a glimmer of hope. And that is one nice way, even though Death Prophet has as much health as she does, if they get her down to, they can, because sometimes you can get a hero really low, but you just can't finish, right? So that even if they just, all they have to do is just get her to that point, and she could shatter or tick out or something like that. So good stuff there. And I mean, the later this goes, I think the better their chances are. I mean, Death Prophet and Batrider have incredible late game, but they don't deal the damage. And Clinks, he hits really hard, but he's having a hard time chewing through this Fen, I think. Like I feel like it's mostly the Death Prophet just surviving for so long with her Crypt Swarm, and then the magical damage from them coming out. I don't feel the Clinks a whole lot.
The Clinks is going BKB, I imagine. He's not going to get a Sage. So
yeah, no, you're right.
he's you know 1,300, 1,600 gold from BKB. That'll make a really big difference in these fights if he can get it off before he gets hits by an ice blast. His survivability goes up because ice blast really messes with him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he only has 1,300 health. He doesn't have death back right now, but
Yeah. The one thing though is that through Magic Community, Ice Blast will still affect you with the debuff. You just won't take the burst damage. So it'll still go on him, but it'll be 10 seconds that he won't have to worry about it, which at this point is the full duration. But once AA gets that Ags, he'll be all right.
So I say that Sven's Warcry has 1 less armor than normal. You call me a scrub, but I mess up the entirety of AA's ultimate with Magic Community, and you don't say anything at all.
I didn't want to make you feel bad.
I play AA.
I know.
Very smart.
I know. That's the funny thing. Jeez.
So
best casters NA. Don't even worry, boys.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it's NA, so let's be honest.
Shots fired. Wolf Dota does not affiliate with Bradley.
With I don't have a brand.
Yeah. Basically.
So I guess we take the pause to talk about vision. Defensive vision for Dire makes a lot of sense.
It's pretty solid. It's too bad if they could get one up on that high post here. Or this one, I think it'd be really good, especially because this lane's always pushed in. The other one, the lanes are usually pushed out a little ways, like somewhere around here. And I mean, right now, obviously, it's pushed in, but they can keep those ones out with the equilibrium, but it's just tough.
How long ago did they take Roche?
I think it was up on the Clinks. Remember, he died twice in the jungle, kind of over here-ish.
I missed that.
I made a big deal about it. He ended up dead right there. That was like.
I remember him dying. I just didn't remember him having an Aegis.
Yeah, because they picked him off first here, and then he ran this way.
Did he solo Roche? Or yeah, he must have.
No, they had Death Prophet ultied for it. Shaman was there as well it was Clinks, Shaman, Bat Rider, Death Prophet. Jakiro wasn't in it. Or maybe it was all 5 of them. They did Roche. I put my camera on it. I talked about it.
How did I miss that?
I'm not sure.
I think I'm drunk, man. I think I am drunk.
That's all good.
Dude, they haven't got the bounty rune yet. How are they living without that, like, 150 gold?
No idea. Did you ever see the clip where some guy, like, uses the console to fast forward the in-game time to, like, 2,000 hours, and the bounty rune was worth 4K gold?
Booyah.
It's pretty funny.
Oh.
No.
Hey. What a tease.
God. Poor guy. England problem.
English makes sense.
Oh, that was rude.
Yeah, it was. I like to insult whole countries all at once.
Didn't you lived there for like a whole bunch of years?
2.5 years, yeah.
Okay, a few.
I was 12. Doesn't really count.
Fair enough. Dragonite's back. Looks like they're ready to go. I hate the power. That's funny. Back to the game though. They're gonna be pushing mid.
Gotta fight the power.
Yeah. They're gonna look to push mid. I think Bristleback's gotta be a little careful. He could get dragged back a hell of a long ways. Bat Rider's doing sneaky things though. Look at him all the way over here. And
look at Clinks chilling out in their base.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck.
I would actually and they're gonna do this. P2W, they're gonna push the top lane, which I think is way better than trying to push mid, because it's gonna force them away from the lane that their axe is already gone. Plus, if Clink stays down here, he's gonna just like wrap behind you and start taking out tier 4s.
Yeah, he's just making it difficult, making them split their focus.
And look at they've got the Jakiro and the Dragonite and the Sven just kind of wandering around. Ice Path comes out. Nope, nothing. Sven pops his God Strength and his Stormhammer, blinks in. Going on the Jakiro. Going to be able to finish him off. One more chop. There he goes. Death Prophet's ulti is popped mid. She's going to look to go on it. Clinks is there as well.
Like, look at the tower. It's melting.
Yeah. Omni Knight's in the area. He's got his Guardian Angel. No follow-up. Sven blinks forward. Gets a nice hit on there. Unfortunately, Ice Blast doesn't connect. But they're getting the Goose Axe, and she's actually starting to drop. She might have to suicide here. Is she going to get it off? What? There she goes. She gets this Fen, but the Godlike Spree goes in the way of Bristleback. Clinks, though, is taking out the tier 4s. Omni Knight can't do anything. He's going to run forward and just smack him once, but honestly, Clinks doesn't care. I think he could have stayed. Drops the sentry. Ben doesn't have a buyback, but Death Prophet's going to be back in 12 seconds and has boots to travel. And a refresher if she sells her bottle, so she can refresh and have another ulti. They're going to go on Shadow Shaman. Nope, not enough.
He should go... Oh, he should have taken to take aggro from the wards with the... Oh, well. I guess they're not take aggro from the wards. What's wrong with me, Ben?
I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Bristleback's items. I mean, I get them. I just don't think that the Blade Mail was what he wanted. I think the Crimson Guard would have been way better.
Yeah, I think if he had gotten that, the Shadow Shaman wards, because even if you're like max Shadow Shaman wards with an Ags, it still cuts their damage in half.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty big deal.
And I think that it would have been great all around. I mean, it would have helped a lot with Clinks' damage in team fights early, and you know, I think it would have made a really big difference. Whereas the Blade Mill, yeah, sure, you can run into Death Prophet's ult, but it's not gonna hurt her.
Yeah.
That Blade Mail damage is horrible against that Death Prophet, how tanky she is.
The Heaven's Halberd I'm also not a big fan of, because the only right click coming out is from Clinks. So I mean, I get that you can Heaven's Halberd him, but he's not the one who's been killing your team. Yeah. It's the Death Prophet.
And evasion, whatever, right? It's not gonna help you against...
Right. Like, I mean, I don't think Batrider even uses his auto attack. That said, nice force staff from him. He gets in there, gets the Bristleback pulled back a ways, but he's dropping very low. The Quill Spray stacking up.
That was a clutch Ice Vortex.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
The
bottom lane, that Dragon Knight is in trouble.
Yeah, he gets picked off by the Clinks, and he doesn't have buyback, so this could be some serious problems. A's Ags is up and running, though.
And look at the tower, has 7 HP, and isn't going to go down.
Bottom? Oh, no.
Yeah. That's so sad. I mean, it doesn't make a difference, really, but it's just sad.
I think at that point, though, when you're Dragon Knight, you get there, you just take the tower. Somehow they get the Death Prophet. Wow. She didn't even suicide.
Did she forget she has that? Because two deaths in a row, no suicide.
Yeah, and she's died twice, very quick back to back, and down to 6. She was at 18 at one point. So they're managing to start cleaning up the Death Prophet. Sven blinks forward. What did Bristleback? He's got 2,000 gold again, so maybe like even now, I still think Crimson Guard would be an alright item.
Yeah.
Like,
the thing is that Death Prophet has a watermelon now, which spells doom for a tower.
Yeah, because she can use one in the team fight and then pop it and go again with the for the base afterwards, assuming they win the fight.
I imagine they'll wait for Roche though.
Yeah, I think they've given up too many kills and they don't want to risk anything. The net worth has leveled off and experience is actually starting to dip back in towards Gods of War. They're only down 5k now, whereas before they were down 10. So that rubber band's still real. The gold one was nerfed quite a bit after a while.
Yeah. I'm Chrysalis up on the Sven now, so he'll put out a fair bit more damage. And the Omni Knight is doing a really good job of keeping him alive. We haven't really talked about that, but he is, I mean, you know, with Repel.
Yeah,
with all of his armor stopping the physical damage with the Repel, it's really helping him out.
Sven's able to just go ham. Speaking of which, he does blink forward, gets off a Stormhammer, gonna look to go in the Jakiro, but he's getting kited around. Batrider in the meantime gets a lasso off, and they're gonna lose their Dragon Knight top. Nice ward trap comes out onto the Bristleback. He is still going low.
That is a dead Clinks and a dead Jakiro.
They both drop to the Sven off on the side in the mid lane, but meanwhile he's losing his base. Maybe not as bad. They had a glyph, so they're gonna keep it alive. Ice Blast is cooling down. Oh, that is a dead Shadow Shaman. Bristleback hits hard. Warpath's the thing. Sven's got a blink. Nice Stormhammer coming through. And you know what? She was at full health. So, oh, there it is. The refresher ulti
coming
coming through.
Difference because I mean Warcry's up right now, so
Yeah, Ice Blast.
that,
Oh,
everybody's got 16 more armor, 16 more armor, and she's gone.
and that's another kill. So the damage is there. Bristleback hits very hard when he's got those stacks up, as well as the minus armor doing a lot of work. And that is something we talked about before. For as tanky as she is, as much health as she has 9 armor. She loses 5 of that when Sven's nearby with his BKB. She sits at 4. 4 up against a Sven this late into the game, and a Bristleback with the Quill Spray and the Warpath is just not enough armor. You need more of that. Shiva's would have been so much better than a refresher orb, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like that second exorcism is doing very little for her.
Yeah, because she had no team, and she needs to stay alive a lot longer. And the strategy with the Sven and the mass armor on him with an Assault Cuirass, honestly, Bristleback, I think. Oh, he's going for a heart. Okay, that's really good. That is really good. Finally, but one of these heroes, they need to. Probably Omni Knight, actually. Pick up a Vlad's. For God's sake.
Oh gosh, yeah. That's one of my favorite items on Omni Knight.
And you don't even have to get it early. Vlad's is so good late game.
For Omni Knight.
Yeah, he's got nothing.
I mean, he is 3,300 gold, but...
Yeah, he has more money in his bank than he does net worth. He's probably saving buyback, but he can still buy. He could buy his Vlad's. Ice Blast is going to come through. It's going to connect on the Clinks, and they're going to force him back. They're not going to look to go... We haven't really talked about the Dragon Knight. He hasn't been getting a whole lot lately. He's died an unfortunate amount of times. Siege, though, has all of the kills and now has a Daedalus. So the Sven crits are real.
If he's scary now.
The thing is, I think they need to just... Oh, Roshan's up now. So.
I think that Sven needs to pick up a BKB of his own now.
So that they can repel Bristleback.
But repel is one can be used on someone else then, can help with the Dragon Knight and keeping him alive, or the Bristleback.
Yeah.
And plus, even if he doesn't do that, it just gives him more magic immunity. And he has enough armor to just not care about
Clinks wasn't in that! Clinks was literally just on the edge. That said, one big crit from Sven. Swings a very angry sword and takes him down. Batrider, you can't go up.
Take Roche out, though.
Bristleback's there, though. He can grab it. He's got TPs to drop. That is... Sven...
And he takes the last hit on Roshan.
What a play. That is huge. To give it to DK, though.
That's a mid-tower, I think, at least. Like, and the creeps are there.
The only thing they have to watch out for is that Death Prophet doesn't just TP to their base and pop her ulti.
Yeah. But the lanes are pushed out pretty well. I mean...
Where did Shaman die? He got blink stunned by Sven and blown up. He's got a DD rune. Sven picked up a DD. So...
Oh god. Oh god. God strength. The most damage.
The most damage. Batrider's going to be up here in 27 seconds, and Clinks is going to be up in 16. I don't think they should push this high ground, though. This, I think, is a little risky.
Can take the tower and back.
Yeah, you're right. They're doing enough damage. You know what? I think that's a good call. I think that's the right choice.
Yeah.
They're good. Meanwhile, Bristleback's going to be able to get bottom.
Like just a couple auto attacks and that thing's down.
The thing is, though, he gets Ice Path. Sven blinks forward. Oh, that was a big crit. They're just going to go on this range racks.
Range racks right now.
Clinks is actually going to get brought down. Nice Ice Blast comes through. Connects on the Clinks and the Batrider, but he drops instantly.
That clutch Guardian Angel, though.
Oh. Excellent plays coming from this Omni Knight. They're actually going to take mid racks. They're going to be able to get out of here. It's going to be a little iffy.
DK's going to go.
DK, he's got his Aegis, though. He's going to be coming back.
But he'll...
Oh, they lose the Omni Knight.
He just can't get out of here. He has TP. He should just TP right now.
I think he's... Oh, yeah. He's being pulled by a creep wave. Pulling a creep wave. He needs to kind of get out of here. Not sure what the Radiant...
I guess they had cooldowns, but...
They may be thinking...
Away from him.
They might have still been looking for Sven. They might not have seen what direction he went.
Yeah.
Is my guess. And so I like that the Bristleback and the AA went and took that tier 1 bottom. That was a huge play. And... Oh, look at the net worth graph. Oh, jeez.
That gets a dive on that. That's a 8,000 gold swing.
Yeah. And then the experience is closer to 15,000 as well. And with that Omni Knight, he's got an Ags, buddy.
And the thing is, that's what he was saving for. Wow. That makes a lot of sense.
Gives them a
With
chance to
that
save their
gold
tower.
different- Look at the gold graph now.
Did it just update more? It dropped 14,000, more than that, probably 15,000 gold straight down almost. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. And the thing is, even if the gold graph was back at 6 still, that wouldn't have made any difference because pay to win has stopped doing enough damage.
Yeah, their Clinks isn't far enough ahead. His item progression has completely halted. Like, he got the BKB, but he didn't go for anything else afterwards. He didn't get a Daedalus, he didn't get a Monkey King bar or anything like that.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the Sven, he kind of went glass cannon, but it worked. And I say glass cannon, I mean he had an AC, but now he's got a heart, or most of it anyway. He just needs the vitality booster. And heart 40 damage times 2, so that's another 180. That's 120 damage on top of him when he's got his god strength up.
And the thing is, he could do that because Omni Knight good hero.
Yes. And not even just that, but big shout out to Muradin playing fantastic in that 5-roll Omni. 0 kills, 4 deaths, and 8 assists. And honestly, he's like, so far for me, MVP.
The thing is, they would have lost Sven and
So
not
many
got the
times.
Rax if they hadn't got that Guardian Angel off when he did. Because Sven got pulled past the tier 2s, but still had Guardian Angel on.
Yeah, and it's just not even just that play specifically, but so many excellent Guardian Angels, as well as getting Repel off on the right target at the right time, and whatnot. Purification, I think, has kind of fallen off. Hey, Bristleback picks up a 50-minute Crimson Guard.
Booyah. That's what I like to see, man.
You know what, though?
His farm is accelerated in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's caught way up there. Sven's now only 1k gold behind the Death Prophet, and Bristleback's gone from like 6th or 7th, or no, not like 5th, 6th to 3rd, 4th.
Does Sven have a heart coming? Oh, he does, yeah.
He's only 1,100 gold away from it, and Batrider's just gonna. Batrider has a hex.
No, he has the recipe on the courier, Ben.
No, I know. He just needs the vitality booster. He doesn't have it.
He's only 200 gold away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sven has become a real problem for them.
But they have a bit of a solution for it though. Batrider now has a hex. That's what he was saving up for.
Yeah, but
Omni Knight, good hero.
Repel, I think he loses. I think he maybe should keep the blink because he'll get kited otherwise.
Yeah, no, he's 6 slotted. I mean, boots to travel, but
yeah,
he's full.
I wouldn't be Satanic instead of Mask of Madness, but
he needs the attack speed though, and he's so tanky. I think it's worth. I mean, it's kind of one of those things like how the AC gives him a bit of attack speed, and the treads they give him 80, but I mean he would be losing 100 attack speed when he needs it.
Yeah, I think honestly maybe he just finishes his heart and now he just lets other people farm.
Yeah, get buyback.
Try and let Dragon Knight get some money.
Dragon Knight has been pretty quiet. He has a BKB of his own, so that's good. So I think if Bristleback gets a BKB, like Sven or Bristleback, one of them needs to get a BKB, so all 3 of those heroes can be magic immune. But they need to make sure they have TP. It's top lane. They're sitting up there. Clinks is up here again, and if Bristleback just pushes this, I think that's a really good call. He just pushes this until they know that they're going to fight, and then TP's back in. He'll be alright.
Yeah.
Because mid lane's going to look at mid lane. It's going to pressure. That's a big creep wave coming out.
That's mad. And 2 catapults, I mean, that's going to do a lot of damage to those, I guess, buildings, but that might even make it to the tier 4s. There's so many creeps coming.
Yeah, and then there's already like 4 range creeps in the base.
Top lane.
Top lane, everybody's around, but no one's committing. You stay there, we stay here. No one crossed this line.
for Gods of War to force the fight outside of their base rather than letting them come to the high ground, because if they fight in the base, Strawman can drop his wards on the tower, and you have to commit to destroying those.
Yes.
Right. It maybe won't do that much damage because you can kill them pretty quickly, but that does make you force you to fight against the wards.
Take your attention away from what needs to be killed.
Yeah,
like
so
the heroes
I think
and
them
stuff.
forcing the fight, that 1,600 units outside of the base, they don't really gain much from fighting on the high ground at this point, and it makes a big difference for positioning sense.
Yeah. And one thing we didn't talk about is Shaman. He's not even level 16 yet at 50 minutes and doesn't have an Ags coming anytime soon, let alone a refresher.
Well,
like,
he just gets blown up by Sven.
Yeah, the
right?
the cleave damage now as well, and the bristleback and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, even Dragon Knight cleaves when he's in ulti form.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mjolnir.
Shaman's sitting at 1200, 1100 health. He's got 4 armor. Sven, with his ulti on, does what? 500 damage, pretty much.
It'll be close to that, yeah.
So, 2 auto attacks.
No, it'll be more than that. That's it. We're gonna have an engagement. They go. They blink hex the bristleback. That's it. Sven comes in. Oh, and he cleaves down the bat rider off of the death prophet. Shadow Shaman dies in there as well. He died mid to an AA blast. What? I'll have to look at that in a moment. That's it. They're gonna chase the Jakiro. Stormhammer comes through, and that's another kill coming out. That's a quick 4-0. Clinks is nowhere to be found. What picked off Shadow Shaman?
I was watching him. He took about half damage from creeps. I don't know why. He did it though, and he must have AA just landed that Ice Blast, and you know, Scepter Ice Blast, good skill.
Yeah, and they're gonna look to push top. Bristleback's gonna go bottom. Unfortunately, the creep wave is pushed up in that bottom lane. Sven, if he can get a blink onto this Clinks, Mask of Madness. There it is. Oh, they don't have, and he doesn't have vision.
Well,
AA's there.
He doesn't have a slot for it.
Yeah, you know what? I think they pick up a gem and give it to Bristleback once he gets bots.
I think so as well, yeah.
Radiant structures must have been fortified.
That's it. Jakiro's forcing tier 4s. Sven
very easily.
Sven has bots of his own now. He needs to get back to base to use them. Shaman's back up. Those are the Hex, but he's so low.
Just
Man mode.
Mid lane towers.
Yeah, I think he'd be better off to clear this creeps.
I don't think they care about him in the team fights too much. Yeah, his
Clinks is gonna go through, and that's gonna be a dead Omni. Oh! Yeah, Orchid proc. Oh, doesn't quite kill him. Nicely done. And Dragon Knight actually gets the return kill.
Yeah.
The Mjolnir damage doing work. He pops his BKB and he wants to go.
He doesn't give a fuck.
No, he's so tanky. Sven's pushing in the top lane. Clinks by his back. Dragon Knight, though, is going to get picked off. Dragged down into the tier 4s. And Sven's going to blink away. Looks like they don't want to give this up. Omni Knight runs out. But, I mean, the damage to the tier 4s is alright. Bristleback manages to get the bottom lane pushed out.
Jakiro's building a veil, but I honestly think that it's a little too late.
Oh, Bristleback Death Prophet in the jungle. Silence comes out, Blade Mail's popped, and both heroes just say no.
We both have 1,000,000 health. Let's just go.
Yeah, let's just walk away.
Here attacking each other for the next 5 minutes.
And Death Prophet has a Blade Mail. Like, these item choices, they're very. That's a Shiva's guard. If she doesn't have a Blade Mail and you put the money she has, that's. Because, like, the Shivas would do so much work against the right-click, because that's all Gods of War do. Like, those 3 heroes, they just right-click you and spam Quill Spray. Like...
physical damage, man.
The armor from it, and not even just that, but the attack speed reduction. Clinks gets blown up bottom.
And the thing is, Death Prophet had her Blade Mail active when Sven critted her down.
Didn't care.
Sven shrugged it off and was like, whatever, I gotta repel, baby.
Yeah, like... I think Sven's going to be able to push in, take this bottom tier 2, and Bristleback's going to be up here harassing this. And they'd have to commit so hard to kill this Bristleback when he's running away from them that they'd be able to push in and threaten the tier 3 maybe.
And the thing is, if Omni Knight's chilling out beside Sven, kind of in the back, like he's doing right now, there's only 2 seconds out of every 14 seconds that Sven is able to be magically attacked.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
I think someone on the side of P2W needed to Pay-to-Win needed to pick up a defusal. Sven's just going ham. He's got repel. He really doesn't care. He's just hitting buildings. The global from Omni Knight comes out. Sven is just all about the objective gaming. 4 heroes in his face.
Right, look at Bristleback top.
He just hits towers. That's it. A lasso comes out bottom. Gonna drag the Sven back. He's at about half health. Omni Knight's there. Gets off the heal. Crits down the Jakiro. Blows up the Shadow Shaman. Drops to the Death Prophet ulti. But that's a 3-for-1 exchange so far. Sven buys back. Sven's just bots have traveled back in. Goes in. Gonna get stunned up on the Death Prophet. There it is. Just needs a couple crits. Oh, gets hexed by the Bat Rider. Lasso's not up for a couple seconds. Sven's gonna have another Stormhammer here, and he's back in the fight. Meanwhile, they got Mega Creeped up top by Stormtrooper. AA Blast is gonna come through. It's gonna connect on the Death Prophet and the Jakiro. Nicely done there. Death Prophet pops her ulti, but I don't think this is something you want to deal with. And Bristleback pops the Crimson Guard. That's a dead Death Prophet.
Gaming, baby. Sven is just smashing things.
And I think that's going to be all she wrote. Good game, well played. What a series coming out. The first game was just so much in favor of pay to win, and then the second game was pretty close, or fairly in favor of Gods of War, and then this one just lasting forever.
I think that's the problem. That's why the comeback wasn't able to happen. Is they had such a big advantage. They had a 14,000 gold lead pretty early, and they had that Death Prophet that was way ahead, and they didn't press their advantage enough.
No, it was some incredible plays coming out on the sides of Gods of War. That Omni Knight, Mirrodin too strong. He carried them on that Enigma game last time, and pulls it up again from the support position on the Omni Knight. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Siege or Konorov or Stormtrooper or anything like that. They all played well themselves, but it's just the Omni Knight and the Enigma play just stood out so much.
But Sven was terrifying.
Sven was a
24,
god.
6, and 11. That's horrifying.
No, for sure. He gamed. He gamed hard.
Well, here's one problem I see. The Death Prophet is 11, 6, and 13, but she was 8, 0, and 9 at
one point.
24 minutes.
Yeah, with a Bloodstone and a heart.
So the next 40 minutes after that, she gets 3 kills, couple assists, and dies 6 times?
Yeah.
That's not very effective.
No. And Death Prophet needs to end early, and the Clinks didn't have enough farm. Like he fell off. He wasn't able to get the rotations with the Orchid, and just didn't get the late game he needed. I mean, he split pushed down that tower very well, but then the Shaman didn't get enough farm to make his wards effective. It was a bit unfortunate. But
Ben,
in the end,
why is there a dick butt in the top left-hand corner of the screen?
that's not what that is. It's a different icon.
Okay. Oh, it's their banner. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
It's
okay.
like
I couldn't see the banner because transparent. I was so confused as to how that was there.
But either way, everybody who tuned in for the full series, thank you very much. I am, of course, at Wolf Dota. You know where you can follow me. It's all over the place. Just Google Wolf Dota. My friend, Brad, thanks for joining me for this third game. Any final thoughts?
Having me. Omni Knight, good hero.
Omni Knight, good hero. And with that, we're going to close it out. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night, guys.